Hey guys, this is Kenny from the Level With You channel. Just here to let you guys know if you guys want to come chat with us, we got a Discord server up and running. Link is in the description below. You could give us some feedback, ask us questions, just interact with us or in general. You can also find us on social media platforms. Instagram, we're LVL with you. Twitter, we're Level With You. And on Facebook, you could search Level With You. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Stay level.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all Level With You show viewers. My name is Wiley Umstead. Thank you for joining us today. As always, I am joined by my good friends, Kenny Castro.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And Anthony Dewar. And don't forget, over there, or over here, I'm not sure, Tyler Hadley.
Hey, everybody.
All right, as always, this is a video game podcast where we get together every week and talk about, you guessed it, video games, as well as all the news that's been happening, what we've been playing, and other fun stuff like that. If you'd like to be a part of the show, feel free to leave us a question in the comments, and we will read it on next week's episode. We also have a Discord you can check out, description in the description below. You can find details about how to join that. You can find us on podcast services, Podcast Addict, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, if you'd like the audio-only format. All right, people. This is episode 20. That's a little milestone. Got to give us a little bit of props there.
Good job, everybody. Thank you for putting up with me for 20 episodes. I really want to give it to you guys.
Yeah.
Through all the stinks and the farts and the hangovers, I gotta say, I'm really proud of you guys.
No, but I mean, you know, we're a small channel, obviously. We've only got 100 subscribers, but thanks for being part of the beginnings. We plan on doing a broader spectrum of things in the future. We've already got some fun videos with Anthony opening up his trading cards. You can check those out. They are also on the channel. We hope to do some Let's Plays and more interactions with you guys in the future. So
I'll be doing hot yoga at some point in time.
Oh,
We're gonna get all
damn.
sweaty. It's
No,
gonna
I'm
be
just
great.
joking. I'm
Do
just
an
joking.
acro
Nobody wants to
yoga.
see that. I was gonna wear like some tight shorts and no shirt on, showing off the chest hair.
We're
Hot
gonna
yoga.
get the ribbons hanging from the ceiling.
Use the mat.
Kenny's gonna be flying around.
You're gonna reach a whole different audience.
Right there, right? Everybody that's into the chest hairs and dad bods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it could go one of two ways.
That's a thing. That's
I like
like
that.
right up there with video games and anime.
Exactly.
There's probably a Reddit with like 50,000.
Oh, there's a
subscribers.
Reddit.
Oh, definitely.
There's a Reddit for everything, man.
Just up there with the food eating videos.
What's
People
the
that
most
watch people eat
The
obscure-
mukbangs.
What's the most obscure Reddit you're subscribed to?
No, I try to. I'm not subscribed to any obscure ones, but I find some.
I don't want
obscure
to
ones.
say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's what I was like. I don't want to say.
Hug out face, big thigh anime porn, tight thighs.
That's why you guys don't have the password to the
No,
Reddit.
really, you don't want to say?
No, I don't even know how to work Reddit.
What?
But if I did know how to work Reddit, I'd look at I'd look for like hentai hagao face. I definitely do like anime thighs. That's an Instagram page I follow.
So that's just Sakura from Street Fighter.
Oh my god, yeah, it's Chun Li too. She's got.
Oh,
this,
okay. Yeah, I guess it's
yeah.
more Chun-Li. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
she's it's
Yeah.
primo pizza. Oh god.
Those are some fun with us.
Those are some. I love Chun Li. Definitely Chun Li subreddit. I would probably do the Mask with Jim Carrey. I would definitely do that. I would do the Light subreddit because I'm a big fan of that. Sometimes also the Dark. The Dark's pretty cool too. And then probably just boobs.
What about you, Tyler?
Obscure subreddits or
Yeah.
Reddits? I don't know. Probably some like weird high school anime stuff.
Some Oron Host Club shit. Some,
Yeah, exactly.
Attack on Titan High School. All
What's up with
classic.
that Attack on Titan Junior High?
Yeah, I never.
Some
seen
money
that.
It's
spin-off.
in. Yeah, it's
It's
in.
on Hulu, right?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. I was like, I don't know. Do I even want
What?
to?
Weird
for the chibi
spin-off.
fans.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that.
It just looks like a cash grab. It's
I just
like
want a
super
high school
cash grab.
version of every single anime that I love.
Yeah. Black Clover High, Dr. Stone High, My Dad's House High.
Dr. Stone's already high school.
Yeah, but there's Stone. Maybe it could be a prehistoric high school. We can put some pterodactyls in their school mascot.
Maybe
Maybe
they're
like the
getting there.
Flintstones.
Most anime protagonists are not even 18 yet.
I know
so-
this is very true.
Barely legal.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I got to the end of Yu Yu Hakusho and like they were like, Kuwabara just got into high school. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I know, they're all.
I'm
forgot
like, I
they
didn't
were all
even
high
realize
schoolers.
this.
I know, and Eren's supposed to be 15,
Yeah,
and he's got.
they've had the
Everybody's
most,
ripped. I
the
wish-
most
Oh, yeah.
intense 14-year-old life ever.
It's the most dedicated ever into working out. He's not even like 16 yet.
Yeah,
14.
and they don't like they're eating military rations, but they're still just like completely.
Because they don't have Wi-Fi, they don't have video games, they don't have a computer at home they could just sit by all day.
Yeah, true. Good point.
That's how they get the audience. They so desire. All the young people.
It's
Be
true.
like, oh, I can relate. I want to fight bad guys when I'm 15.
That's what the definition of shonen is. It's a young boy anime. A young boy appeals to young boys. It's marketable.
True that. Anyway, my most obscure subreddit, which I am subscribed to, is Seltzer.
Ooh.
There's a Seltzer subreddit.
That's
There's a
interesting.
seltzer.
Yeah, where
subreddit?
people kind of just discuss. Well, a lot of it is about staying sober because a lot of recovering alcoholics turn to seltzer because they get that carbonation fix that they get from beer.
Okay.
Makes sense.
But then a lot of it's like, oh yeah, I go through like 3 cases of Polar a week. That cherry limeade is trash. You got to stick with the classic grapefruit.
That's awesome. I'm glad people are trashing each other's flavors of seltzer in the
Yeah,
subreddits.
or like LaCroix. Are you even serious with that? The stuff
Get that
is-
shit out of here. You might as well be drinking carbonated toilet water. Fucking loser.
People on that Reddit would get real seltzy.
Yeah. I just found out apparently Polar, there's no sugar in any of the Polar seltzers.
No, there's
Yeah.
no sugar in LaCroix or Polar or.
Yeah, but Polar tastes good. LaCroix doesn't taste good.
I think LaCroix's
I don't know.
okay.
I like LaCroix.
Yeah.
Maybe I just had a wrong flavor. I had a coconut LaCroix and it wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure,
well, I would
pretty
have
sure that's
done a
known to
coconut
be
one.
like the worst flavor.
That's
I'm
a
glad that
LaCroix.
was the first one I tried. I was like, oh, I'll try coconut.
Yeah, coconut's a tough flavor to work with.
They should make a Four Loko flavor LaCroix.
Four Loko, worst drink on the planet, in my opinion.
It's
Well,
not
actually,
good.
Steel Reserve is even worse.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's,
God, Steel Reserve is bad.
It's real bad.
I haven't had a Steel Reserve in a long time.
Yeah.
That's another bad.
I had that one time. And I hope he's watching. Yeah, you Czar. It was your fault.
I don't know if they even really sell it around here. I guess they probably do.
I think,
Yeah, most likely
like
you
the
can still
40s.
find it at
Like,
that
I would
same
much,
liquor
much
store we picked it
rather-
up at.
Drink an Old English or a St. Ives or something like those.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
St. Ives also. I had St. Ives one time.
Yeah.
Blame
Not great,
that.
but-
Blame that on my brother as well. That was you.
It's your fault.
All right, guys. So this is episode 20. This is a video game podcast. What video games we've been playing?
Well, I spent too much money this week when I bought video games. I got Borderlands 3 and I got Matt Damon Ex Machina, and that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
And it's just been like my fix right now. I want to get that out of my system before I really let Borderlands engross me.
Yeah, so we've all been playing Borderlands, but you're the only one that's been playing Daemon X Machina, which is the new Switch exclusive. They've been coming out with this new Switch exclusive every month, it seems like, for the past few months. And it's a mech game. That's all I really know about it. What else can I know?
That's pretty much like all I knew going into it as well. But it's like, have you guys ever played any of the Armored Core games?
I actually have not.
I hadn't either, but they looked really cool. I saw them came out for like Xbox 360, PS3, even PS2 back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty much like it's a mech shooter. It's a third-person action game. You're in this mech. You can totally customize it, which is awesome. You pick up different parts in missions, or you can go to the hangar in between missions to develop different parts for your mech. And of course, they alter different stats. Some have higher firepower, some have higher ammo, some are bazookas. You can hold up to 4 weapons, which is awesome. You 2 in your hands, and then you get this big back thing you can put them on. And you just go to different. It's pretty much just like you have this little hub world you walk around in, which is the hangar. You can accept missions, play online, customize your guy. And it's structured just by different rankings. So you start off at rank E, and I'm assuming it goes up to rank A or S. I'm only on rank C right now.
It's got to be S.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
But you go through those missions, you do them, and it's kind of just like story dumps, like story expositions. Like per whatever mission you choose, it's like these 2 mercenary groups talking, and then it's like, oh, this mercenary's assigned this mission. I'm going to talk to my teammates. Oh, this mercenary's assigned this mission. I'm going to talk to you guys. And then it's just pretty much like rinse and repeat, but it's been pretty fun so far.
So it seems like it might get a little repetitive.
Yeah,
but-
definitely. But you can play online, which is cool, or local multiplayer.
And is that co-op or PvP?
Co-op. I think
Okay.
you might be able to even do PvP in certain things. I'm excited to see what they do to update it.
Yeah, I've been hearing that it's very heavy on the customization aspect of it. That like you're spending almost as much time in menus and stuff as you are actually doing the
Yeah.
boom boom.
It is very, the menus definitely take a while, but it's like I'm trying to not focus on like color or whatever, because I know I can get way too into like customizing the color and whatnot in the mech. But the weapons are cool. They let you pretty much customize everything, the shapes or whatever are different. It's really cool. It's a nice take on like a robot game, because I was a sucker for Custom Robo for the GameCube when that came out way back when. So this is just like an adult Custom Robo.
Or you mean you're an adult now? Yeah.
On the outside.
No. But that sounds fun. That's
Yeah, I
cool.
highly recommend it.
Okay.
Or checking it out. I mean, definitely when the price drops a little bit, because it's like $60 right now. But
Yeah.
I've been interested in it since I first saw it at E3 last year.
Right.
When it was first revealed,
I
was
remember
like,
when it
want that game.
debuted, it was like what led off their direct, I think. So, yeah. Well,
But it's cool. I definitely want to. If you guys ever picked it up when it dropped in price, I'd like to play it. I think it'd be fun. Definitely co-op,
Does it support local co-op as well?
local and online. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that's Daemon X Machina. And should we get into it? Some Borderlands 3 talk?
It's a good game.
It's a good game.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
is.
you're
Yep, I
feeling?
like
Yeah.
shooting. I like looting. I like fighting all the
witty-
baddies.
witty
punching all the
banter.
guns.
I will say, and I'm probably going to hint on what Wiley's going to say. It feels like the same game.
Yeah, I think it feels. There are some things they've improved. Definitely some quality of life things that make it so it's a little bit more streamlined. There's more content. It seems like I remember there was kind of a slow trickle of side quests that were introduced in Borderlands 2. In this one, right off the bat, I've got like 6 or 7 when I'm on like the second or third story mission, and it's kind of encouraging you to play them because, well, first of all, you have just as good a chance of getting a good weapon from them, most likely. And all the missions are just shooting things anyway. Of course, they're more bombastic in the story and a little bit more higher production value. But yeah, I mean, like, I will say that I'm too early into it to really judge. I've always been more of a Destiny guy. I was lamenting this last night while we were playing it, like, oh, Destiny just does this a little bit better. But the shooting feels really good. It does. It's a little choppy on the base PS4. I actually think that Borderlands 2 plays a little bit smoother on the PS4 version in the Handsome Collection. Maybe that'll get addressed in a patch, but it's certainly playable. It looks a little bit better, but I still have a lot to play. I mean, I'm only like level 11 or 12 right now. So Tyler, you've played more than anybody. What are your early impressions?
You got a haircut. It looks good. I didn't even notice that.
Thank
Nice.
you. Yes, I did get a haircut.
Yeah. Aw.
I also
sweetie.
changed my hair in Borderlands and some skins. And
Have you found any more? Because I was a little disappointed at first when they let you when you drop you in, you're like, oh, create a person. I was like, oh, maybe it'll be like the other one where you get more options. It was just like you had maybe the base and like maybe one.
I mean, there's definitely tons of skins that you can find and collect. I think again, it's just kind of like random drops. I know there's also ways that Kenny was telling me that you can get go to the Gearbox website and get VIP points, and there's a bunch of codes you can enter to get points and skins.
Some
and
pretty
golden
cool skins.
keys.
Tell your
I
information
wanna
for
do-
skins.
golden
Sounds
keys
good.
and stuff like
I'm a
that.
cosmetic man, as you
Yep.
can clearly tell.
And yeah, but I've been liking it a lot. I like all the side quests. I like the banter.
I like
all
some of the
different-
banter. Some of it's kind of cringeworthy, in my opinion. Sorry to
I mean,
interrupt
I
you.
like cringy banter.
I think that's
Then you
part,
should watch
I think
Chris
that's part
Chan,
of
my
its
friend.
charm. I definitely think it's part of its charm is the cringy banter. Like they're known for it. That's why they
Yeah.
don't shy away from it.
True. It does. It goes for it. Like
Especially with Claptrap, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like they're.
He's all about the cringy banter.
Yeah, I mean, there are some aspects of it that, like when they keep repeating themselves over and over in like a battle sequence or something like that, like go get this thing, go get that thing. I'm still waiting for this thing. I'm like, dude, shut up. You know,
Yeah,
I
that
say
sounds
it a
real
couple
bad.
times.
Hey man, go get the thing over there, or you could not. Okay, I guess.
and the bad guys yelling the same things as they die. Some of them are funny. Like,
Yeah.
I think one of the first things that one of the psychos said was, "My chili recipe dies with me."
Yeah.
And that was good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, peppered. It's like I'm sure once we get to grinding more, it's just gonna be like, okay, I get you, chili. It's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so far there hasn't been like a ton of weapons that have really like stuck with me, and I'm like, oh man, this is really good. This does like really well in battles and stuff like that. I mean, there's been a couple guns that I've held on to just because I really like.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like similar to all the other Borderlands games. As you level up, you're gonna get higher level weapons, and the higher level weapons are gonna do more damage. So then the lower level weapons are kind of
You
obsolete.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because you can get a legendary level 7 weapon, but once you get to level 12 or something like that, it's not even worth using anymore.
And I forget, is there ever a way to infuse them to get them relevant again?
I know there wasn't in Borderlands 2. No, they weren't they talking about like some like modifications that you can add to weapons in this game. It's probably later
Yeah,
game.
I vaguely
but-
remember it.
Mm-hmm.
It would just make sense if they have any exclusive weapons. Like I know with Borderlands 2, the collector's or edition or anything you got, you got like golden weapons in the beginning of that one, which are pretty much irrelevant as soon as you hit like level 5. But I mean, it'd be cool if they had a way to keep them more relevant with upgrades.
Yeah, like right now I'm really into this like shotgun that I have. So I feel like most of the weapons in this game have like 2 different firing modes.
Yeah, a good amount of them, yeah.
So the shotgun is either just impact, which is like it's a shotgun blast, or it's a sticky.
Ooh.
So it shoots like all the shotgun shells, and they stick to wherever you're firing at them, and then when you reload, they all explode.
Oh, that's sick.
That's a good one.
Is that one of the ones that has the shield when you're like aiming down the sights?
That one doesn't. I mean, maybe there's a variant of that gun that has the shield.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so I know that like I did pick up a few different guns that had the shield attached to it, and that was pretty helpful and convenient. I've been playing as the operative Zane.
His dialogue is hilarious.
It is very funny. It's so good. And I've been using like the Digiclone, which is really cool. Being able to swap it back and forth with that, and how it fires at enemies and does damage. And then I use the shield, because I think that's pretty helpful when you're trying to back away and heal up and
Your
stuff.
class seems way cooler than my class.
What'd you choose?
I chose Mora, or is it Mova?
Yeah, Mora, I think, or the
It's-
robot.
She's
girl.
a mech lady. She kind of like
Oh,
she,
yeah,
she
yeah.
turns into Diva.
Oh, okay, yeah, 'cause she comes the robot that comes down and she gets in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna like try her out.
I liked it. I think it's Mova. I just remembered. I just need to get better at it, I guess. I don't know. I was mowing down people at the beginning, but now I'm like level 11 or 12, and it feels a little bit underpowered. But I probably just haven't upgraded the right skills. Again, I'm pretty early on. These are early impressions. I'll probably come around to it more. I'm going out of town, going out of the country for a couple weeks, so I was a little hesitant to like fully dive in because I didn't want to
Get absorbed.
get absorbed and then just have to leave it.
That'd be sad.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's the hardest part is
Just
letting
be in
it go.
Italy, like. No, I
Sunday I
wouldn't.
was home.
Can't
Playing
take it home.
Borderlands 3.
No, I'd
my
much rather
friends.
be in Italy playing Fire Emblem.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Kenny, what are your thoughts?
I enjoy it. I feel like I haven't really had too much time to really invest into it. My stepdaughter's father actually told me he beat it. He beat it this weekend. He
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's an
like
he didn't do anything.
He was like, "Oh, you guys are staying with her this weekend? Okay."
He's probably like, yes.
Invested all the time. He was like, I saw him today
Dang.
when I picked her up, and he was like, "Well, I beat it." He was like, "I'm not gonna tell you anything, but you're gonna like it."
That's insane.
Do you know what level he was by the end?
I didn't ask him, but he was like, I barely even saw the end credits. I got beat it after work last night, and I just passed out. Wow.
Holy crap.
But yeah,
This guy must have just been gunning straight story missions the whole time.
no, he did good chunk of side missions as well.
That's
He said.
insane.
Yeah.
Like he said he was just playing, eating, sleeping, playing, like throughout his days off or throughout the weekend.
Well, well,
I mean, that's another thing too, is that I feel like it kind of wants you to go and do the side missions, because the story missions can kind of like ramp up a little bit.
Yeah,
To help the
definitely.
difficulty curve.
Yeah.
We were playing last night, and I just wanted to do a couple story missions, and we were fine doing level 7 and 8, and then the next one was like 13 level
Holy crap.
enemies, and I was only level 11. I was getting a little bit pissed because I was like emptying these clips and taking half their shield, and I was like, I need to go level up, guys.
Yeah,
And,
you do got to go grind at certain points. I've been finding I've been running out of ammo a lot. Like I'll
That's
just
another
be, like,
thing.
when I'm
Oh yeah,
soloing,
I'm definitely running out of ammo
Yeah.
real quick,
Yeah, like, I don't know.
and because my aiming sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
Same.
it does kind of force you to like even like during battles to go around and like loot the boxes and like literally whatever you can see to like
Yeah.
get more ammo and stuff like that. And then I mean, it gives you tons of opportunities to get money. I'm like, what I was saying is like I upgraded my backpacks, and I'm just like filling it with guns, like just to bring them
can't
back
wait
and
till
sell
that.
them.
I need more space. I hate that. I remember from 2 being like you have such small amounts compared to all the loot that drops
Yeah.
to like hold it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've upgraded mine up to where I can hold 22.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's where you're at.
And I mean,
too,
yeah,
right?
and I'm sure the ammo issue isn't always going to be that bad, because you can also upgrade all of your weapon
Capacities,
types.
yeah.
Weapon capacities.
Is it iridium in this game as well, or is it a different?
No, it's
just
actually
money.
cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just cash to
So it's
upgrade
easier.
those.
Where do you find them? In a certain town?
It's in Sanctuary.
Okay, cool. I
you
haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Get there.
Yeah, so I'm just a little bit past where you initially get to Sanctuary, which is now a spaceship.
Ooh.
Minor spoilers.
Wasn't it always a spaceship?
No.
No.
They could fly before.
Part two Sanctuary
temporarily.
was an actual like city
Town. Yeah.
Like Lilith made it fly. for a
We
story
got
point
we
and then
got the
brought it back
Sanctuary
down,
together
I
in
think.
Borderlands 2.
Yeah, but for some reason I thought it was always a spaceship.
No.
Well, Maybe, yeah.
Oh, and two, because you made it as a mission, you let it like, boop.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, yeah.
Oh, we didn't get that far.
Well, so I'm sure we'll be playing that for the weeks to come. There's definitely a lot of content there, and they want you to keep playing it. So we'll see how it works as a live game. You know, it kind of is the godfather of the looter shooters, which has become such a mainstay this generation. Yeah, mostly positive. Some stuff that I'm just not super into. I've never been a big fan of the series. I'm giving this one another shot. So hopefully I get into it. So one thing I wanted to touch on was I finished up Gears 5's campaign. Mm-hmm. I was playing it last week, or I had mentioned it last week. I think I was in the middle of Act 2. There are a couple of acts after that. I was saying that I thought the pacing got a little bit slow towards the end of Act 2. I think that remains true also for Act 3. There are times where it just felt like a little bit too open world for the sake of open world. Like, oh, sure, let's have the guy have to like ride his skiff, 4 or 5 minutes across the map just because we want to increase the scale of it. But I still thought it was mostly effective. I mean, like, there were times where I was wishing that it was just more action-packed, like the beginning and the end of the game are. But I think that it gave time to let the characters breathe and feel more human, a little bit more down to earth. Maybe the scenario's a little bit more believable. You're not constantly balls to the wall action. But the whole game was made worth it just because of the final act.
Sorry, I farted. I just got out. I don't know what I ate earlier, but some kids or something. I don't know.
So final Act 4 is like classic AAA. Shit's popping off, dramatic moments, surprises, fun boss fights. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll say, "Holy shit, that was sweet." And it's a couple hours long. So by the end of the game, I was like, "Hell yeah, Gears 5, you fucking delivered."
Nice.
So you were raving about the roller coaster. You're like, "Holy shit, dude, that lasts like half hour, is just a fucking ride."
Yeah, it really was.
It sounds really good. I like the lore behind those games a lot.
So like 12, like two chapter, the middle section of the game, it's a little hit or miss. I think it starts off super strong, it ends super strong, and then Kenny and I played a little bit of the Horde mode the other night, and we were playing on.
We were killing it for a little bit.
For a little bit, yeah. We got up to wave 18, I think. Or was
I thought it was 25 because we did 2 bosses.
We did 2 bosses.
So
okay.
We got to 25, I believe.
Okay, mid-20s.
Mid-20s, and
that took like a good hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yes.
So like that is a hell of a dedication. That's like doing a raid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you saw the difficulty spikes, how it got harder progressively.
Yeah.
Which is something I gave you the heads up on. That at first it might feel as though we're wrecking them pretty quickly, but then it's gonna get tough. And then I haven't played the campaign, so there was enemies that I didn't know about. So I'm yelling at Wiley, like, "Save me!" Like one enemy grabbed me and was pulling me away, and I'm like, "How do I get out of this? Like, what is happening?" I'm like, "Wiley, what is going on?" Like,
yeah. And then I think I just shot him and you
ran
away. But then there's the other guy that's like protected by the flying robot.
Yep.
You haven't seen him.
And I hadn't seen him, so I'm shooting. I'm like, why am I not doing anything? While it's like, "Oh, you got to shoot the robot." I'm like, "Shit, okay." I'm like, Jesus, thank God.
It seems like a recurring thing in video games because Borderlands also has an enemy that's like shielded by a little flying robot.
Yeah, I think that is becoming a thing.
Didn't Destiny have that too, with like a wizard or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
I will. There's.
Where like you
Well,
have
they
to
just
shoot.
have
What's
to
the
shoot
game where I'm
orb.
thinking of that has that a lot? Is it Control? Something else I've been playing recently.
A little robot.
A little robot that you gotta shoot in order to do damage.
I would assume
You
Control.
use a little robot to do damage.
Yeah,
That shoots.
no, that's not what I'm thinking of. Nah, it's okay. It'll come to me. But yeah, so the Gears 5 Horde mode is kind of like Call of Duty Zombies a little bit, right? I mean, like you're progressively buying upgrades to give yourself a better chance at survival.
Yep. And quickly it could go all downhill.
And you're buying yourself little incremental upgrades to your health and to your character movement speed. And like I was the repairman, man. So I bought a tool for $10,000 that allowed me to go around and repair all the turrets as well as refill their ammo and that was I liked having that role, feeling important like that.
You know, I was just straight murderer.
He was the DPS.
I was just destroying shit.
So
that's different from that dungeon mode you were telling us about last week, right?
Escape. I still have not tried Escape, but very solid first impressions from the Horde mode. Kudos to the Coalition. Seems like the game's doing really well. I'll talk about that a little bit more in Prison for a News.
And you know what's funny is that we're talking about Horde mode, and we haven't even tried Horde mode in Borderlands 3.
They have a Horde mode there?
Yeah.
Do they?
Really?
Yeah,
It's
they
like what
do.
the whole game is.
Yeah, they have.
Arena?
They have a Horde mode, like an arena thing. Like I think it's called Proving Grounds.
Oh.
What is it like? It's probably a location within the game because I don't
I
see
think
it on the main
actually
menu.
it's something you could toggle in the menu.
Wow.
Like I think from in game. I saw it recently. Like it was campaign Proving Ground or something else.
Okay, it's probably from the main menu then.
Maybe. Okay.
I haven't seen it.
I'll have to check that out. It sounds
I think you're
interesting.
lying.
Nah,
I know there was a place in 2 that was like
it.
that. You run into the arena, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was an arena that we find and you could just do stuff there.
But what you're saying would be surprised. Just kidding. All right. Anybody playing anything else? There's mainly Gears 5, Borderlands 3. David
Yeah,
Machina.
no, that's about it.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones.
Tyler
Few other
said
games
he
coming
threw
out.
away Monster Hunter. I was like, forget that.
Yeah, that
you're
text
like, Monster
today.
Hunter, I'm good.
You're like, Monster Hunter's so
yeah, for
2018,
now.
guys.
I played it for a while.
You did.
So now Borderlands is out. Gotta play that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Go back to it.
I'll go back to it. Get Iceborne.
He still hasn't beat
There's also-
Bloodstained, but I'm not gonna bring that up.
The boss still
I have
still
not
rough.
beaten that final boss yet.
It's
Just try it 5 times a night.
level up.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a grind.
Me. You know what's crazy was going from Persona 5 for like 120 hours to Borderlands 3, where I was like, oh my god, I'm missing everything. I was like, this isn't a menu. This is live action. I'm just sitting there like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny when you go from an RPG where you're just like methodically making choices and then you're
I
like,
died
oh,
3
snap,
times
I
to
gotta
the
have
very first
reaction
part.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right when you go in to save Claptrap, I died like 3 times. So I was like, ah. I was like, holy crap.
And Link's Awakening is coming out. Maybe we'll
Oh,
get
wow.
that.
I'm
That's coming
excited
out
to
in,
get
like,
that amiibo
couple
next
days.
week. Mail.
Next week, right?
Yeah, on the 20th, which today we're recording on the 17th, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah.
coming out this
Friday.
weekend.
Oh wow, it is this weekend.
Damn.
I also pre-ordered Ni no Kuni remaster, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch for Switch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited to get
What is that? $30?
It was like I think I got 40 on Amazon for
40?
pre-order.
Okay.
Nice.
I got like the Amazon Prime Day deal.
Gotcha. Well, that'll be a great Switch game.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
You guys gotta try it.
I'm gonna pick it up on the PS4.
Do it. It's really fun.
I have it on PS3, so I'm good.
I said the same thing.
I
And now
was
have
gonna
a
pick it up on the
Switch.
PS3, but then I'm like, yeah.
And did you play 2?
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think because you know how much of a sucker I am for the monster collecting genre
Yeah.
and collectible stuff, and that's what that game's all about.
See, that's what appealed to me about 2 was that
It wasn't
like the
that.
game started out with you like being the president and the nuclear
That
bomb
was
going
cool.
off.
I
and
did like that a lot.
I never played it, but I heard
It's
it
good.
sounded pretty good.
Do you want to play it? You can borrow it if you want.
Yeah, I'll borrow it.
No, you play it. Get back from Italy.
Hey,
You
cool.
can be president of the world.
Sounds good. All right, so let's move on to boom boom boom. Cruising for a newsin'. Part of the show where we get some stuff on a page, read it back to you. It's stuff that's been happening in the video game world. First up on our list this week was TGS, that's Tokyo Game Show. It occurred from September 12th to September 15th. We got a whole bunch of new trailers, a whole bunch of news. Mostly going to just talk about the trailers. Got like a 49-minute Death Stranding video, which I didn't watch the whole thing of. I think IGN did a phenomenal 59 gameplay things that we noticed in the Borderlands video, or not the Borderlands, Borderlands on the Brain in the Death Stranding video. So I recommend checking that out. But first and foremost, we got to look at Final Fantasy VII. What did you guys think?
It looks awesome.
It looks awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I mean, everything from the combat to the environmental design to the music to the...
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, I mean, like, it all depends. I think the reception is going to be positive. It just depends on how long it is.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
You can see from the trailer they're adding in stuff that wasn't in the original game to pad out that section when they could have just Why not add more to the game?
I think because they wanted to be more of a fleshed out world, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's. And earlier interviews, they did say that they were like, it's a kind of like it's like a relative adaptation of the story, so it's not like a total like one-to-one recreation. Yeah, but there's definitely like the new parts in the trailer we saw where all the spirits, like Aerith touches Cloud's hand, and it's all these like black spirits flying around. She's like, "Help me!" And he's like, "Ugh." And then that other part where they show this totally new soldier that like rides in on some motorcycle or something, and I was like, "Whoa, new boss!"
Yeah. When's it coming out? March
3rd.
March 3rd. So right, not too long. Another half a year or so.
That's nuts to think about.
That'll fly by.
So there was something new announced. Classic mode announced. According to a translated recap of the Final Fantasy remake. Classic mode will recreate the same style of turn-based gameplay from the original. While the standard mode of play will automatically fill the player's ATP gauge as they attack enemies, in classic mode, this aspect of gameplay is handled automatically. The player does not need to do anything, and the character fights. I think that's misquoted. It says fights automatically, but essentially it's making it a turn-based game.
They're probably doing the same thing they did with 12. Like with your once you have your action gauge fill up, you can choose like skills, but it'll probably like once a certain amount of time has passed, you automatically attack. Like Cloud will slash.
Oh, maybe. Okay. So
like just kind of like MMO.
I know there was some sort of active system in the original Final Fantasy VII with the gauge filling up. So, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much like the gauge fills up, your ATB fills up, and it's your turn, so you can choose whatever you want to do. But in this one, it looks like the 2 bars under the character's health meter are like 2 ATB bars. So you can make 2 big actions. So you could do like Braver as an attack, or you could do like one of Barrett's like big shots, or one of his skills, which you could normally only activate when your limit broke. So I'm excited to see what they do with limit breaks. So I don't know if we've seen any gameplay for that yet.
I wonder if this will be something that you're able to switch on the fly.
Like party members?
No, like will you be able to switch between the action-based modernized or the classic mode? Like if you're having trouble on a certain battle, you're like, well, maybe try classic mode.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I think that's very likely they're going to do that just because if it is like a kind of Final Fantasy 12 style, I could see them very easily just having it a menu option.
Yeah, I guess that's the most likely. I mean, yeah, they're not going to drastically change
It'd be crazy.
the game based on it. So yeah, I'm sure that they'll be interchangeable, or I highly assume so.
Yeah, I think it's going to make a lot of people happy too, having that option for a classic mode for sure.
Definitely a smart choice. It's like, in Dragon Quest XI, the way it's implemented is like it's the best way to play because literally it's pointless to run around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
all you have to do is you're just like, well, okay, I'm gonna stand here, and it's like, all right, well, when can I attack? And then you just wait.
yeah, why do they even add that?
Plus the camera's weird. It's a nice like idea, but I was playing it and I was really upset at first when I first popped in. I think I told you guys about it because it starts default like that when you start Dragon Quest 11.
I was happy when you talked because I didn't look around at the menus to change it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this makes a lot more sense. I'm like, why am I walking around here?
I was like, what is this? I was like, no. I was like, please don't let the game be this. And then I found in the menu you could just go classic, like the camera's controlled by the game as it should be, and then classic turn-based combat. So, thank God.
I don't think I ever changed anything.
I didn't.
Oh, really?
I went through the whole game.
Really? Just at the default? Wow.
I think so. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Really.
You could move
To be
around
honest.
like in combat?
Yeah, I
couldn't
played
move
just
it.
like that.
Oh, wow.
I would just for the shits and giggles. I would move my guy around, and I was like, "Oh, this does nothing but fine."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but so did you do that?
I don't remember changing anything, but maybe. What did you move the character around with?
Just a
The
stick.
left joystick?
left joystick.
Maybe I just used the D-pad and never realized that.
Never realized.
Did
you
your
could move
camera
around.
ever switch? Like it would show your character in front, and then you'd show the enemy, like you attacking the enemy, and then the camera would move, or was the camera always just behind your party?
It was always just behind him.
Okay, yeah, so you had the default on that time. That's crazy. But I mean, if you've never played, like, have you played any other Dragon Quest games?
No.
But that's why. Because if I had never played any other game in the series, I would not have thought to check like the camera at all.
Did you see that Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 are coming to the West for the first time? I might be misremembering that. I forgot to add it to the news.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think I said anything about it, but
No,
I
I read something about it, and I forgot to add it to the news.
I thought they had them on mobile, like 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, did they?
They have them like the older games because they were called Dragon Warrior, like way back when the brand first came to the West.
Apologies if I'm stating incorrect information. Check that out if you're interested. The Google.
It'd be cool
Yes.
if they're like remaking it, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like slightly a remaster, quote unquote.
For the Switch, I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. They're probably trying to do a big push now because we got Hero and Smash. They're going to do the same thing they did with Fire Emblem. We get Hero and Smash. They're going to try to push out like the original Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior. But it's going to be, I think it's just a lot harder to get into unless they do a lot of quality of life tweaks to the game, because that's like old school, like grinding, like grind RPG.
So speaking of Dragon Quest, we got to look at the new Yakuza game, Yakuza Like a Dragon, which I didn't see on the trailer that it said Yakuza 7. I've seen people talk about it that way. I've seen people refer it to as that. Since it's not Kiryu, the main protagonist from the series, I would assume that they would kind of, not go with another numbered. But anyway, it's called Yakuza Like a Dragon. At the very end of it, he references Dragon Quest. And apparently the game is a turn-based RPG now.
Ooh, I'm excited about that.
Which is kind of nuts. The game has
switch
been a brawler for 20 years now that it's been a franchise, maybe 15.
I think that's going to work pretty well, though, with that style of game, because I feel like it was always almost teetering on like turn-based territory, or could be very well.
I think the trailer looked really cool. The main character looks like a little bit goofier than Kiryu, but still badass in his own right. He gets out of jail after 18 years, and in the trailer he's expecting like a big welcome, and nobody's there. And
that sounds awesome. Very relatable.
But yeah, I mean, who knows what to expect, but I'd recommend checking the trailer out. Some other trailers that stood out to me, I mean, there was the Death Stranding one. Did you guys check that out at all?
No, I gotta watch it. I like the peeing one that we saw, the peeing demo. That stuck with me.
So this one, you really got a bit more of an in-depth look at the gameplay. It does seem like it's going to be a lot about planning routes, about environmental interactions.
Hiking simulator.
Exactly, like no joke. I mean, of course, there's going to be combat, and there's going to be a lot of story, but the moment-to-moment gameplay of traversing the terrain and using different. There was this one part where you entered a different visual mode where you were looking at a stream, and it was like, if you stand in the blue part, you're okay. If you stand in the yellow part, you're going to be a little bit slippery. If you stand in the red part, you're going to be just, whoa!
That looks cool. Physics-based gameplay is fun.
Yeah. And, it's Kojima. He's doing his thing. I am super intrigued to play it, to finally get my hands on it, which... Not too much longer. Crazy.
When's that come out?
November.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, right.
Holy crap.
That game was announced E3, I believe, 2015.
Yeah, it feels like it's been years.
There was that same E3. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake announced, Shenmue 3, and Death Stranding. And all three of them are about to come out 4 years later. It's kind of crazy.
I'm stoked.
And I'm still kind of on the edge. It's like one of those games where it's like, am I going to like it? I'm going to hate it? Or
you don't have that Metal Gear background.
I don't.
I'll definitely watch one of you guys play it, because I don't know if I'll definitely a day one buy. I still have to play Metal Gear.
Yeah, man.
I really want to.
I seriously, do you have access to MGS1?
I do. I have 2 copies.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Never touched it.
For PS1?
Yep.
We'll play it, dude.
I gotta. I have VR Mission and then Metal Gear 1.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's a game that has... aged fine. It looks like a PS1 game, but the gameplay is still good. Yeah, there's so many sequences in that game that still hold up. And the voice acting's. I mean, maybe I'm remembering with a little bit.
If anyone wants to get the Let's Plays going, I'd like to. That seems like a pretty kind of solid.
That would
more
be
so story focused.
For sure. You'd have to do a lot of sifting through codec. There's a lot of talking.
Oh yeah.
We're going to stream all of Kojima's games.
Kojima stream.
Right. Leading up to Death Stranding.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
We'll have to rotate in shifts. We'll each play. We'll go till the other person has to go to bed, then the other person takes over. We'll knock all of them out.
We'll plan this out. I'll put
48-hour live stream.
Including Boktai.
I'll put in my PTO
The Sun
time.
Is in Your Hand for Game Boy. Lunar Nights for the DS. Those are pretty fun.
We also got to look at the new DBZ game, DBZ Kakarot.
Oh, yeah.
What did you guys think of that? You guys are the DBZ boys.
I'm even more excited now that I know it goes all the way up to the Boo Saga.
Ooh, see, I didn't watch the trailer because I didn't do my homework, but that sounds awesome.
Yep.
It might even go even farther.
Yeah, so...
Isn't the Majin Buu? Oh, yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Majin Buu Saga.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just call him Boo.
Boo.
Yeah.
The Boo Saga. Because...
Majin Buu, Evil Boo, Kid Boo.
Yeah, because they just refer it as the Boo Saga because you get all 3 Boos.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm extremely excited for that.
I love me some Dragon Ball. Can't wait to be flying around as a Super Saiyan once again.
Where's where to start with Dragon Ball?
Where's
Dragon Ball?
Start?
No, but like no.
The anime?
I've watched Dragon Ball and
It's a totally different feel.
Yeah.
Because it's like a comedy, action adventure Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z is just straight up like action.
which is
A little bit of comedy.
But what's the one called that kind of like compresses it a little bit? It's
Oh, Kai.
yeah,
Dragon Ball Z Kai, yeah.
Isn't I've
Cuts
heard
out the
that,
filler. And,
yeah, I kind of want to watch that one.
yeah, I'd say go for
Yeah, it's
it.
good.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
Good place
everyone's
to
got their
start.
different sagas. I love hearing what people's favorites
What's your
are.
favorite saga?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Fusion. I just love Fusion. The concept of Fusion. Fusion, and then I probably have to say
The Fusion Saga? What
Yeah.
was the Fusion Saga?
that's when they first learned Fusion, like Go Tanks.
Isn't that
Yeah.
part of the Boo Saga?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the
Yeah,
Boo
that's-
saga,
it's
but
really
it's
like
like
an arc in
it's
the
the
Boo
the fusion arc in the Boo
Yeah.
saga.
It doesn't have the best like
What
story.
defines
shit,
a
but-
saga?
Saga is the overall, like overall from.
I go by
start-
main villain.
Like
Yeah.
that by villain. So the Boo saga is from when we first get introduced to Boo and Babidi.
At the very end of like Z.
Bobbity
And,
Boo.
But yeah, there's the
Yeah,
line of the
exactly.
family. He loves the Akira Toriyama loves playing with the names because the main bad guy in that arc, his father's name is Bibbidi, and then the guy who's trying to resurrect Majin Boo's name is Bobbidi, and then Boo.
It's adorable.
Yep.
It's adorable.
So I would say my favorite saga is that Cell saga.
I've
I
heard
mean,
of the
so
Cell
many
Saga.
people love the Cell Saga. I mean, I love it too. It's a great saga.
Cell saga is
It's
amazing.
intense.
Extremely intense because you first get because you got the Cell saga and then you kind of would you include the Android?
Yeah, I'd say
in there?
Androids is separate because Android.
No,
built
yeah,
Androids is
it.
separate.
The Android Saga is definitely separate.
Separate, exactly.
Yeah.
But like you finish the Android saga and then you get Cell and it ramps up from there and it
Yeah.
takes a whole different turn because then Cell just is wiping out everybody from the androids to trying to wipe out the good guys as well. Cell doesn't care except for destruction.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey Goku, you're gonna die of a heart attack in a couple years." And he's like, and Goku's like, "All right, boy, time to kind of
You know
kill
what
Cell."
what I really loved in Dragon Ball was I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's the tournament in the overworld.
Oh yeah, I think it's like Overworld tournament.
Yeah, the overworld
Yep.
tournament. I thought
Otherworld,
I
yeah.
thought those fights were some of like the coolest fights that they've
That's
ever
where they
done.
put Super Saiyan Kaioken was the first time in one of those in that arc.
Yeah, when
'Cause
he
they
went
redid
against
it.
what's his face?
Pycon.
Yeah,
Yes.
Pycon.
Yeah,
Pycon
Pycon's
was
cool.
dope.
He's
Pycon
a sick
was
He was
guy.
like one of my favorite characters for the longest time.
He's really cool.
Don't we see Pycon again in GT when everybody gets released from the underworld?
I think so. I think he comes back in GT, and I also know he comes back in the Fusion Reborn movie when they fight Janemba.
Yes.
Because he like covers for him while they try to do the fusion right. That's where we get fat
Gogeta?
was it Faku, yeah.
Yep.
Fat Gogeta.
Word. All right. Of course, we talked about anime for 5 minutes. About TGS. All good. Other trailers we got to look at. Fairy Tail game. Nothing more to say about that. No.
Oh, they didn't really show much.
More anime.
Yeah.
Anime cast coming someday. Neo 2, which looks real good. You get to choose your own samurai.
They
this
showed
time.
off the creation, right?
Yeah, they showed off some creation
I didn't
stuff.
see it. What
Like
you
they
think?
didn't go in depth with it from what I saw. They just saw different samurai or ninja fighting.
Okay.
Which, you know, the main protagonist was kind of cool in the first game, but I think it's a game that would definitely benefit from some more customization. It looks really good. The first one also looked good, but it does seem like there's been somewhat of a graphical upgrade. First game was excellent, a little bit too long and grindy towards the end, but there was definitely something there that the whole 3 fighting styles thing was really innovative. Towards the end of the game, I remember abusing one of my powers a little bit
Don't blame
to
me.
get through some of the tougher fights, but that game was sick.
I remember watching Tyler fight that one samurai guy in that big field of flowers like multiple times. I forget what it was. Or is that one guy, that other samurai in the...
You're not talking about Sekiro, are you?
No, it was
Okay.
Neo 1. It was like, I think it was a big field of flowers. It was like, it's a big opening. You had to fight this one guy, and he was just like, he looked super hard.
The game was very tough.
You were on him for like 2 hours. So I was drawing, and I kept looking back, and I'm like, you good? You win yet? You're like, no, I'm still on the same guy.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't remember. I blocked a lot of that game out.
Yeah.
I block a lot of those games out.
That frustration coming back.
So what else did we see? There were a few other trailers. Those are the ones that stuck out to me enough to put on the page. So moving on from TGS, we got a new announcement the day after the. When was this? When was Switch? Anyway, Switch Ring Fit Adventure. If you guys got a chance to watch this trailer, it was pretty bonkers.
It's so funny.
Essentially, it's a new adventure game developed by Nintendo that puts an emphasis on exercise. One of the Joy-Con halves is like in a ring that you hold. The other one you strap around your leg. It's got like battling where you're doing all these exercise moves in order to hurt the enemies that have certain weaknesses. So like you might be fighting one enemy that you got to do some like bust out a downward facing dog in order to inflict max damage, and then your next one you got
core attacks, yoga attacks,
Right.
strength attacks.
And the trailer though, oh my god, they got the cheesiest like stock actors you could find to talk about it. Like I don't know.
I mean, they're real actors. They're not stuck.
Well,
They're the
No,
like
I
stock
know what you
photo
mean.
people. You find them in the stock photos.
now that they're that, if you feel like they just got pulled out of one of those.
I know, they
Yeah.
totally are.
Nintendo got enough money. They probably materialized like the one that's in the Walmart stock photo with his
Oh,
family.
yeah. They're CG actors.
They're the next Hatsune Miku. They're gonna take America by storm.
I had the funny thought the other day of like I have a frame, like an 8x10 photo frame that we were going to use at the wedding but didn't. And it's just got like a generic looking family in it, you know, with like and then some information. Like I have no pictures at my desk at work. I was like, maybe I'll just bring this in.
You
put
should.
it out.
That'd be great.
Just
You should
pretend
do
like
that.
that's my family.
My family.
Just put a picture of your face over one of their faces.
Put a face over all of them.
Where was I? So yeah, that the game's $80. I mean, it comes with a big ring, so
Jeez.
that costs something.
$20 it costs.
I gotta say, I am not. I think that it has potential. I mean, like,
Hey, it's another form of birth control. It's another
Wait, birth control have the ring?
yeah.
oh, I thought you were gonna just look like such a dork that nobody would want to.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
I'm saying. Well, I'm talking about like there's like a Nuva ring, there's a Wii Fit ring.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
Wow.
I like- yeah, I was gonna say, I like
thanks
that
for
too.
laughing, even though I went over everyone's head.
I wanted to destroy the joke by clarifying it because I did not.
It's
get
like,
it.
wow, Tyler's really being judgmental about this game.
Look at these fucking losers playing Wii Ring Fit.
I mean, I actually had a lot of fun with the Wii Fit. I thought
totally.
it was
the
a
Wii
pretty good
Fit.
time.
You mean like the Wii
The
Balance
Wii
board.
Fit- the balance
Sports?
board, yeah, the
Oh,
Wii
I
Fit
never
board.
played the balance.
Sports was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a classic.
The Wii Fit board was actually like there were some interesting games. I mean, you needed like good core strength and balance to be able to do some of them. Imagine, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be a fun game.
I'm gonna get the Wii. What is this? The Switch Ring Fit, and I'm gonna start dunking on people after 6 months of playing it.
Yeah.
6 months of it, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna be like, Tyler, don't get in my lane.
Ring people with it. Oh, that'd be cool. They could make an Ape Escape game for it. We haven't seen an Ape Escape game in years.
True.
Maybe like a little attachment to making a net. That'd be cool. I like Ape Escape. It's fun.
Write your letters to Nintendo.
Ape Escape.
All right, so moving on to our next story. It's related to Gears 5. Apparently, it had a very big launch. We're getting all these memes around of, oh, it's the most played game on Xbox, surpassing Fortnite for the first time in forever. So good for them. I think they had over 3 million players in the first week. That seems like a lot. It's also the #1 game on Steam. The biggest Xbox game studio launch since Halo 4, which was all the way back in 2012. So,
Wow.
so the biggest one on Xbox One. So good for them. I think it's well deserved. I think it's
I think they owe it a lot to Game Pass.
well, yes, I do, but I also think that people are like, as it's also #1 on Steam. It's also getting very good critical acclaim. Seems like pretty good fan acclaim. So I would be super curious to find a breakdown of the numbers. I don't know if we'll ever know, like, you know, how many playing it on Game Pass versus how many playing it on that bought the disc version versus. Maybe we will, but anyway, it seems like a big launch.
I mean, I saw a story that the amount of people who bought Gears 5 physically was very low.
Really?
Yeah, compared to all the other numbers. I'm sure I can find it.
They do advertise it straight up. It's like play now with Game Pass. And I was like, is it not physical? I was like, can you not play it unless you have Game Pass? And the marketing with it seems like it's very heavily leaning towards like Game Pass.
It's kind of like the tentpole Game Pass game now. I mean, it's like the first AAA game that has been critically acclaimed that is a first-party studio game. I mean, Master Chief Collection's on there, but that took a while.
Still broken.
Halo 5 didn't launch on it. I mean, it didn't exist yet. So, we've seen Crackdown. That was a dud. We've seen Sea of Thieves. That's been up and down. So, yeah, I mean, good for you, Microsoft. Good on you. Moving on, we got some DLC details about Control. This is a game that I loved. Highly recommend checking it out if you haven't played it already. But anyway, there's a couple free things coming soon. Expeditions. To me, this is my quote. I wrote this down. It kind of sounds like a challenge mode or a boss rush mode. 505 describes it as challenging new endgame content where Jesse must help Security Chief Arish explore the mysterious formation and its strange surrounding. Here you'll face some of the greatest challenges the oldest house has to throw at you. And then we get a couple of different paid ones. Right now you can buy the season pass for $24. And the first is the Foundation, which looks at the history of the now iconic oldest house. At the request of the ever-mysterious board, Jesse must explore what lies beneath the Bureau as she returns order to the Foundation and the oldest house itself. The second expansion, which has got some people talking about a possible Alan Wake crossover. Get it? AWE, that's what it's called. Alan Wake expansion. People out there theorizing all types of stuff. And what that is going to be looks a little trickier. It's described as a new area of the oldest house, the investigation sector, where the Bureau closely examines altered world events. But its title has kicked off some wild fan theories, as evidenced from the content roadmap above. The top half of the artwork for AWE is a faithful recreation of the iconic flashlight key art for Alan Wake, a cult classic horror adventure, which was for the Xbox 360, if you didn't know, which many speculate takes place in the same universe as Control. Okay.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was left wanting more. I hope the game does well enough to, I mean, sounds like this is already in the bag. It would be a news story if this were to be canceled at this point after this. But, so yeah, Tyler, you have Control. Since we both game share, you should get into it, man.
I might at some point once Borderlands gets boring.
Yeah.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
I said it.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
So that about does it for Cruising for a News. And I know it was kind of I probably could have pulled a couple more stories. So could you guys. But
yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
So if I missed over some things, my apologies. There are lots of other podcasts out there that you can look to.
But don't, because
why would you want to go anywhere else?
Yeah, we're really all you need.
Look at these faces. Yeah. And Tyler, wherever he is.
Yeah, wherever. I mean, someday we'll find him.
Look at his little face. We'll put it right there.
So I know that there's nothing written down on the page, but I do have a question from one of our viewers. This coming in from the same question, same guy as last week, John. He wants to know, what's a character that you want to see brought back that you have not seen in a long time, or an IP that you want to see revived from the dead? Ooh. Putting you on the spot.
A character that we have not seen in a long time?
Like, or that you don't think, like maybe somebody from Smash, like where's Diddy Kong's, third-person shooter where he shoots peanuts.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that got remastered for Switch with all these things going on.
All those Diddy Kong characters.
It'd be kind of funny to see a Mario Kart 64 remaster.
Or maybe, let's see. I wonder if you could also, if you also meant like, is there a character in a game that you think would make a great spin-off? I should have prepped you guys for this question.
Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud.
Yep, for the PS2.
That's a good one.
I want to see a third Dark Cloud or something with that series again. I know they had Rogue Galaxy.
2 is like
been killing it.
cell shaded, right? Mm-hmm. They changed the art style up. Yeah, that's a pretty beloved game, right?
I love it. That's one of my favorite
a really
games.
Good game.
Cool. And like Dark Cloud 1, that's like a launch game, right?
Yeah, for
or
the
like
PS2.
Maybe super early PS2. Trying to think of one myself. I'm having some struggles. I'm the one that brought the question.
IP. I'd say one of the IPs I enjoyed when I was younger was the Legacy of Kain.
Oh, Legacy of Kain. I feel like the developer went on to do something else good. I forget who made those games, but that's why like a third-person action, sort of. I don't know, in the vein of something like a...
I feel like we have these third-person action RPGs nowadays that are great. I think Legacy of Kain could be revived as one of those.
Give it the God of War treatment.
Exactly.
So I know that we got Crash Team Racing. I know that we got the remakes. Those are all well and good, but I want a brand new game with like some new mechanics. That was my game growing up. My first game I ever owned, Crash Bandicoot 2: Cortex Strikes Back. I would love to see him get some sort of reimagining from a studio that was passionate about the character. Another PlayStation franchise that has gone by the wayside that should make a comeback. With all the new technology we have and, lack of rapping games out, where's Parappa the Rapper?
Yeah.
Where I can make my own bars and I can, have him, upload my videos
to virtual space.
Yeah, or, put in your own beats.
There you go. Put that on the Wii Fit circle. Just a
Yeah.
circle fit.
That'd be
It's
cool.
called.
I don't know if Sony owns the character. I imagine they do, but,
Kick Punch.
get the DJ Hero guys on that. Get Parappa the Rapper to create your own musical adventure / hip hop joint that he deserves.
With Amiibo support.
That's all I'm trying to say with Amiibo support. All right, so that. Oh, you want to say something else?
Is it, do you have one?
Oh,
Mystery
sorry.
Man?
Somebody did write a question.
Oh, you had another question. Excuse
On
me.
a YouTube video a couple weeks ago. She was asking what our origin story is.
My fetish origin story and my regular origin story. Which one you want?
What does that even mean?
The Level With You origin story.
Oh, God.
What's the story?
Of the channel?
Yeah.
Who asked
Well,
This was Katie,
Katie.
a friend of Caitlin's.
Hi, Katie.
hi, Katie.
I
Okay, so the
gave, a
channel's been
generic
around for a
answer.
few years now. Me and Tyler started it back in college. We
Yep,
were still
yep.
going to Westfield State. We did it with our friend Kelly initially,
Yep.
and we made a
Such a
few
babe.
videos.
We were live streaming a lot back then.
Yeah, that we were more doing live streaming stuff. I was doing the reviews, which are still on the channel. I think there's which ones are up there? Shovel Knight and
Life is
Check out that
Strange.
classic Shovel Knight review.
Firewatch.
Firewatch. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
My favorite one is the Life is Strange one. That's why we did.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Go check those out. They're gold.
And then everyone got busy. We stopped for a while, and then Anthony came on board with Brapton.
Yeah.
And somebody had to go and die.
Yeah, that was
Yikes.
unfortunate.
No, very, very sad.
So we did about 10 episodes a couple years ago, and I feel like they were good. I think we've definitely improved our flow and our preparation, and the show continues to get more polished as we practice. But so we did those 10 episodes, and due to no real good reason, just things falling apart. We didn't have Kenny doing our the excellent stuff he does on social media that actually gets us a few viewers. So we do appreciate that. We were getting between 5 and 10 viewers an episode, and not any real good feedback, and that's changed with this newest iteration. So much so that we've been going 20 weeks in a row now, which is pretty cool.
We all have your own house now. That's a thing. A little freer now.
Yeah, true. We're adults. We got jobs. We got a little disposable income where we can play more games
And buy trading cards.
and buy
Real adult
insane
things.
amounts of
I
trading
got
cards.
creatures living at home that I'm raising. So
Tamagotchis?
no, my kids.
Oh.
Oh
You
my.
can still battle them.
Oh my God! Before we end that, I got a funny story after the origin story.
Well, that's pretty much
That's
it.
it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all
Origin
caught
story.
up.
So this outro story. So we're driving in the car, me, my stepdaughter, my son. And me and my stepdaughter were talking about the clubs she wants to do. She wants to join, I think, a cake decorating club in student government. And my son's like, "Daddy, I love you." I'm like, "Okay, Papi." I'm like, "I love you too." So then I go back to talk about the clubs, and then he's like, "Daddy," and I'm like, "Yeah, Papi." He's like, "I got a girlfriend." And I'm like, "What? What did you say?" I couldn't hear it. Then he's embarrassed,
Aw.
right? And he's trying to say it again. Mind you, he's in 2nd grade, right? So he's saying it repeatedly, and I'm hearing, "I got a booger," and I want to be like, "Hey, you got a booger, bro? Just wipe it, clean
Get
it."
out of there, man.
Then I finally hear him, and I laugh, and I'm like, "You're too young to have a girlfriend." And he's like, "Okay, Daddy," and I'm like, so I couldn't gauge if he was like I shattered his dreams or not. And then my stepdaughter, when I hear it clearly, she heard it clearly finally, and then she's like, I gotta text my friends this, which is a total me response, right? So because she's my twin, my evil twin, so she's a savage. She's like, I'm texting my friends this, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like,
there was no follow up.
so then I'm still driving, right? And I'm like,
Sweeping under the rug.
I'm like, you okay? Like, I'm driving. You okay? Like, not even your sister's in 6th grade. She doesn't have a boyfriend. You realize you're too young. You're in 2nd grade. He's like, okay, daddy. And I'm like, just be her friend. Like, just be good friends to her. Like,
I didn't even know what girls were in 2nd grade.
like then I started really thinking about where the hell was I in 2nd grade? I was in the middle of the Dominican Republic, barely could say my name right in Spanish. You know, I was like, Denny Tatro. Like, I was like, and thinking about video games and Dragon Ball. Like,
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to fully use my penis in 2nd grade. Besides peeing, of course. God, I didn't do the other.
So that
was in 6th grade.
So then I go into the house, tell my fiance, she cracks up laughing, right? And then I leave, and then I tell his mom, and his mom's like, you better not be hugging girls or kissing them. I was like, Jesus, woman, simmer down, Mama Bear, simmer down.
You better make sure that boy has a condom on before he goes to school. Make sure it's fitted before he goes in. He can't catch anything.
Yeah, she said it. She's like, if he catches mono, I'm gonna hit him. I'm like, woman,
It's not gonna cure mono, but I mean,
Jesus.
Wow.
So yeah, I thought you guys would enjoy
That's
that
awesome.
story.
Yeah, that was good.
it's okay. It's hard to kind of like 2nd grade is very young for it.
Yeah, I remember I stepped in. It's
very confusing.
Stepped in poop on the way to
Yeah.
stepped in poop on the way to school in 2nd grade, and I was being made fun of for smelling bad, and I got really mad, and I threw a chair.
Yeah, Rage Wiley.
That was my most memorable moment of 2nd grade.
Some kid in like 2nd grade said my hair looked like dog poop, and I cried on the bus. That was one of my most memorable.
If we're talking about
This is how we're all connected. Is that dog poop in 2nd grade?
Nah, man. If we're talking about memorable moments in 2nd grade, I had the worst one. 2nd grade, middle Dominican Republic, you had to ask the teacher for toilet paper.
Oh,
so
boy.
I had to take a shit.
Oh wow.
And I was not gonna ask for toilet paper as a guy because it clearly sends one message: you're taking a shit.
Yeah, that's
Right?
sucks.
So I was like holding it, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like looking at the time, 3 hours still to go home. And I'm like, ooh, I think I can make it. And then
That's where you first
2nd
went wrong.
grade, I wasn't thinking too clearly. And I was like, oh, I got to fart though.
Oh.
Then I thought I could sneak this fart through without shitting myself. No. Oh, no, sir.
You rolled snake eyes.
So, yes, I rolled snake eyes and I lost my friend. So then, for the rest of the day, everybody was like, it smells like shit. And I was like, huh, it does. So then I'm passing judgment on others knowing I got the shitty ass, right? Oh, man.
Did you get busted?
I got busted by my mother.
Okay.
Nobody at school busted me.
Perfect.
My mother. I got home and she was like, "Huh? You smell like shit." And I'm like, "I pooped myself." She was like, and then she like grew into a fit of rage. Right, and at first she masked it. She was like, "Go take a shower." And then I'm like, "All right." I was like, she wasn't as mad as I thought she was gonna be that I shit myself. I'm like, okay. So I'm like in the shower, like there's no door because we're in the Dominican Republic and like not the best house, you know, like it was a curtain as a bathroom door, and I'm like, okay, with my bucket of water, throwing it on myself. She busts in, grabs the bucket of water, hits me with it. Are you stupid? You shit yourself? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Why do you get so mad at people shitting themselves? Because I shit myself too at my neighbor's house when I was little once because I didn't want to go to the bathroom because I was having so much fun playing. And my dad screamed at me. He's like, "Why you gotta yell at your kids pooping their pants? Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
Be nice to your kid."
This has been the Level With You show.
Where we talk about video games
And
poop.
Thanks for tuning in. I might be Skyping in from Italy next week. I might miss it. We still got to figure that out, but I hope these guys carry the torch with or without me. Anyway, stay level. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.